What's up, guys? I am officially back from Real's annual conference. I spent most of last week in Las Vegas at the Rise conference. It's been a conference that I've attended the last 3 years, previously in San Diego and San Antonio, this year in Vegas, and I have a ton of great news to tell you folks. But before I go ahead and jump into today's video, my name is McKeown. I'm a licensed real estate agent and investor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and of course, I am with Real Brokerage. Everything today that I'm going to be discussing is really what Real unveiled at our conference, as well as something that they have unveiled previously, but are actually implementing now. But let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. First things first, Real Wallet. Now, Real Wallet was something that was unveiled 12 months ago, but the unfortunate side of things is not a lot of work had necessarily been done in regards to maybe the details regarding Real Wallet. Now, a year ago in San Diego, we had an idea of what was to come. Basically, a brokerage credit card that could help real estate agents essentially save some money off of whether it be their transaction fees, their split, or just the overall cost that they incur as a real estate agent. Now, the thing is the financial industry and kind of the direction that Real is taking towards more of a financial tech company rather than just being a real estate brokerage. There is a lot of work to be done kind of on the back end to actually allow this to come to fruition. So fast forward 12 months, we actually have unveiled the beta version of Real Wallet. Now, what this means is essentially the individual states that do not have a split check CDA. Now, where Real Wallet comes into play here is as soon as they get the funds within Real's wallet, that is directly sent to that individual agent's wallet, meaning instantly. Meaning payments are gonna be so much faster than they've been previously, especially for the states that are not lucky like us in Texas, where we have a split check CDA. So big picture here, it's just a much faster way for you to get actually paid out, especially if you're in a state that doesn't pay out as quickly. And in addition to that, based on your total amount of revenue share that you earn on a monthly basis, also added in the amount of transactions that close on a monthly basis, as well as the stock that you earn, all of that is going to be compiled together within your Real Wallet and determined based on those three factors, an actual credit line that you can be given. Now, for me, Real Wallet is actually going to come in incredibly clutch because it's going to allow me to take an advance out rather than selling an entire real estate investment property. So I can actually keep a property that I planned on selling. I wanted to sell that property and use the proceeds to actually go through with one of the largest purchases of my entire life. If you've not been following me on my channel, I will be posting a ton of new updates here shortly regarding basically a $3/4 million house that I'm going to be building. But Real is going to allow me to take an advance out, which is going to be basically at the same price as a HELOC and save me from having to sell one of my investment properties that has a sub 3.5% interest rate. Instead, I can continue to rent that out, take an advance with Real through Real Wallet, pay it back over time, and go ahead and get moving with a construction loan to start building that massive house. Now, I'm just gonna make a quick stop here in the video. If you do have any questions or need more specifics in regards to Real Wallet, maybe you aren't at Real and you're curious maybe a little bit more about the details, all of my information is going to be in a pinned comment down below. Reach out to me or just hit me up via any of the options in the description below. You can hit me up on Instagram, you can shoot me a text, you can schedule a call, or reach out in any kind of way. I'd love to be able to answer any question that you have. So yes, Real Wallet is a huge advantage that really no other real estate brokerage out there has even come close to being able to unveil. But there is so much more beyond just Real Wallet. Now, in addition to that, if you're familiar with a lot of our back-end systems and what we have at Real, really over the last 1.5 or 2 years, AI has made a huge impact in the real estate industry. Most people, though, are just relying on ChatGPT. Well, we actually had Leo come out just shy of 2 years ago. Leo is essentially our version of ChatGPT, and it's been something that our team, really our back-end tech team with Pratesh, has continued to develop really over the course of the last 2 years to the point where it is getting extremely knowledgeable with all things Real. Leo is actually going to now officially, as of last week that has been announced, they have come out with Leo Copilot. Now, a lot of what they unveiled at the conference, you're gonna have to bear with me here. I obviously don't have any videos from the conference to be able to showcase firsthand. So essentially what we're used to, again, being ChatGPT, you ask a question, it gives you an answer. Well, Leo, for the last 2 years, has been exactly that. If you ask when you capped, it will give you an answer of when you capped. If you asked a simple question, it would give you a simple answer. Well, Leo Copilot is actually actually going to be reaching out to you and giving you suggestions as far as what you may be able to do within its own AI. So instead of you asking Leo a question, what may actually start to happen is Leo Copilot will ask you if you want any marketing material for a listing that you just uploaded to our backend system. If you say yes, Leo will basically auto-populate marketing material specifically branded for Real and that particular property. Hit that external link, edit anything that you may or may not like with that particular marketing material that Leo auto-populated for you, and then bam, you've got something already ready to go, whether it be for your open house or any of your social media marketing. Now, in addition to this, Leo Copilot's just gonna be someone that is going to be right next to you, whether it be on your phone or on the desktop version of our backend system, Reason, and that's going to essentially help and aid you rather than just being a source of maybe, hey, I want to email support. Instead of emailing support, let's go ahead and ask Leo. No, Leo is actually going to be reaching out to you with things that it can actually help you out with, even if you don't necessarily ask about it, just to try to aid you as the agent in the process of a transaction. Now, one thing I wanna make clear here before I continue on with the third thing that was unveiled last week at Rise is a lot of this stuff is going to continue to develop over time. Now, if I did record the entire conference, I would have a ton of video to be able to provide for you guys and kind of show you firsthand of what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you guys, more future content to come that will be displaying all of what I'm saying here with you today. I just really want to break down everything that came out at last week. Last week, there were really three large announcements. We have Real Wallet, we have Leo Copilot, but the last thing that I'm going to be discussing in today's video is really going to be interesting, see how it develops, I guess, in the long term. Now, it's been something that our brokerage has been thinking about, and I think every single real estate brokerage has been thinking about in terms of a way to kind of penetrate the all infamous Zillow. So when it came to trying to figure out a consumer front-facing, I guess, interactive option for Real, they actually unveiled something just last week that I'm going to break down to you now. Now, one thing I can probably guarantee you is that you have a cell phone. Well, if everyone has a cell phone, what do they often use within that cell phone? But I would say the most used aspect of your phone is going to be, let's see if you know it, texting. Yes, texting is the most common thing that is used really on all cellular devices. So where does this really tie in with Real and something that they announced last week at the conference in Vegas? Well, it's still very, very early in the adaptation here. It's something that they've been working on, meaning our tech team, for quite some time, but I can really see the vision here and the opportunity long term. So going back to text messages, you're gonna have an opportunity as an agent at Real to have your own direct cell phone line that's going to essentially be its own AI. So what does this really mean for Real agents? Well, first and foremost, I've already had conversations with incoming agents coming over to Real and basically said that, like, hey, the future is really gonna have to change how we approach the consumer. For instance, myself, I'm going to sit down with my future clients, whoever it may be in the future, and basically say, hey, this is my direct cell phone, but I also have another line of communication that is accessible 24/7. Now, I've got my own personal life. I, of course, sleep, and there are gonna be times where I am not immediately available. Now, what this essential line or phone line is going to do is going to be an extension of me. Now, it's not gonna be directly me. It's gonna be built-in AI where they essentially, as a client of mine, let's say I didn't get them an answer immediately because I'm in an appointment, or maybe it's the weekend and for whatever reason, I'm not working. I always work weekends, but let's say I'm not. They can text that line and get an answer immediately. They can also text that line and ask specific properties that they want to see in an area, and that will actually send a text back with a list of all the properties that fills exactly what they're looking for, and a link directly back to my website to inform me that they've actually reached out to that particular number, what we would otherwise call maybe our assistant or essentially our guide, and essentially get, as I mentioned before, an extended version of myself. Now, unfortunately, there are only 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year, and my cap in terms of production as a solo agent is anywhere between 50 and 75 deals a year. Most of that is because I can only keep up with so many active transactions on a monthly basis. However, this new technology that Real is developing is basically going to allow people, meaning clients that I am dealing with on a daily basis, to either reach out to me or reach out to this individual line, which more than likely going to be a group chat, meaning me, this additional AI, and my client in a group chat, and my client will text that individual in the group chat. The individual in the group chat or the AI will respond within basically 30 seconds with an answer, which is gonna be far quicker than I am able to respond, let's say if I'm busy, again, if I'm not working on a weekend, or if I'm even asleep. Now, obviously the details here are still very, very fresh, but I can see the direction that Real and the tech team and our entire company is going. It's just headed in a direction to where AI, I think with all real estate agents at this point, AI is really just helping us save more time and put more time back into our lives, whether it be time that we spend in our business or time that I maybe spend with my 4-month-old baby or my fiance. But being able to have this added technology within our brokerage is really gonna revolutionize the real estate industry. Now, as I mentioned before, all three of these are very, very new aspects of technology here at Real Brokerage. It hasn't even necessarily been announced for even a week now, so I have a lot more content to be able to give you guys on this in the future. But if you do, as I mentioned earlier, have any questions or want any type of additional clarity in regards to anything I went over in this video, reach out to me. I would love to chat with you, regardless if you're already at Real Brokerage and you weren't at the conference, or you're looking to make a change, and all of these are potential, opportunities for you to take advantage of and leverage here at Real. I would love to be able to help you. I would love to be able to have a chat with you. Reach out to me any way you can, and I'd love to speak to you. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help. And stay tuned for the next video.